Another one from YouTube for you, Pastor Steve. Jansen's on here and he says, when specifically does God adopt us as sons and daughters?
If you look, Jansen, if you look over in John chapter 1, there's a passage, and I use this all the time when I'm talking to people about coming to Christ. There's a passage there where it speaks about having the authority to be called a child of God, and it says in verse 12. Well, let's go back to verse 9. It says, that was the true light which gives light to every man coming into the world. Talking about Jesus. He was in the world, and the world was made through him, and the world did not know him. He came to his own, talking about the Jews, and his own did not receive him. Then it says this, but as many as received him, to them he gave the right to become children of God, to those who believe in his name, who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. And so you become a child of God when you're born again. You become a child of God when you receive Christ as your Lord and Savior, and when the work of God takes place in your heart, saving you. That's when you become a child of God. And you do not have the right to be called a child of God before that point. When it says in verse 12, as many as received him, to them he gave the right to become the children of God. The word for right there is the word for power in Greek. It's the idea of authority. You don't have the authority to call yourself a child of God before you've received Christ. And so that's the point.
Awesome.